Hello students. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating world of heat. Have you ever wondered why the metal spoon in your hot soup gets hot, or why we feel chilly in light clothes even on a summer evening? These everyday experiences are all about how heat moves, and we're going to learn about them together. Heat is a form of energy that comes from the movement of tiny particles called atoms and molecules. Everything around us has some amount of thermal energy. Heat transfer happens when heat moves from a hotter object to a cooler one. There are three primary ways heat moves: conduction, convection, and radiation. First, let's talk about conduction. Conduction is when heat travels through direct contact. Imagine touching a hot stove. The heat from the stove moves directly into your hand. That's conduction at work. This process happens best in solids, especially metals, because their particles are tightly packed and can easily pass the heat along. But conduction isn't limited to solid-to-solid interactions. It can also happen between a solid and a liquid. For instance, if you place a hot metal rod in the water, the heat will move from the rod to the water, warming it up. Conduction is very practical in our daily lives. Think about cooking. When you place a pot on a stove, heat moves from the stove to the pot and then to your food. Materials that trap heat, like the insulation in your winter jacket or your house, work by slowing down conduction to keep you warm. Next up is convection, which is how heat moves in fluids, like liquids and gases. Have you ever noticed how warm air rises? That's convection. When a fluid, such as air or water, gets heated, it becomes lighter and rises, while cooler, heavier fluid sinks. This movement creates convection currents. Natural convection happens on its own. For example, when the air above a heater warms up, it rises, and cooler air moves in to take its place. But sometimes, convection is helped along by an external force, like a fan blowing cool air over a hot dish or a pump moving water through a heating system. This is known as forced convection. Convection is everywhere. It's how we cool down a room with a fan, how weather patterns form, and even how sea breezes work. During the day, the land heats up faster than water, so the air above the land rises, and cooler air from the sea rushes in to replace it, creating a breeze. Finally, there's radiation, which is a bit different from conduction and convection. Radiation is how heat travels through electromagnetic waves, which means it doesn't need anything, no solid, liquid, or gas, to move through. This is how the sun's heat reaches us across the vacuum of space. When you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin or use a microwave to heat your food, you're experiencing heat transfer through radiation. Radiation is crucial for life on Earth. It's how plants get the energy they need from sunlight, and how we stay warm. Radiation also has more advanced uses, like in medical imaging with X-rays, treating cancer with radiation therapy, and even sterilizing medical tools to make sure they're safe to use. Now, let's think about clothing and how it helps us manage heat. When sunlight hits an object, some of the heat is absorbed, and some is reflected. Dark colors absorb more heat, making them feel warmer in the sun, while light colors reflect most of the heat, keeping you cooler. That's why we wear light-colored clothes in the summer and darker ones in the winter. They help us stay comfortable by controlling how much heat we absorb. Ever wonder how a thermos keeps your drink hot or cold? It's all about minimizing heat transfer. A thermos has an outer shell that insulates and an inner flask with a vacuum layer. This vacuum prevents heat from moving by conduction and convection, while a reflective coating inside reduces heat loss by radiation. That's how your drink stays just the way you want it. Each method of heat transfer plays a role in our daily lives, from cooking and keeping warm to cooling down and staying comfortable. Now, here's a fun challenge for you. Can you name the 3 main methods of heat transfer? Please share your answers in the comments. The complete curriculum for Class 7 is available on our channel. Check out all the links provided in the description below. Please make sure to like, share, and comment for more such videos.